is there any other things you want us to say before we get started?
No.
Uh, this is the redo of Fun Pony,
New doctor's a woman.
which I'm kind of meh about.
Really? I
Uh,
don't care as long as she's good.
Yeah, as long as they
At
don't
the
use it as a
moment,
crutch. It's like,
Yeah.
yes, I get it. It's going to be there's going to be funny moments when she meets people she's already met, and just, oh, this is the doctor now. You know, it might be funny. There might be a moment of what,
well, I'm
but after
meh
that,
now.
shouldn't
I
try
haven't
to use it as a
seen the new
crutch.
Doctor, but the reason I'm kind of meh is because are they doing it for the same reason people made the Ghostbusters female and everything else female to cater to everybody?
I don't think so. Because I think that might be part of it, but they changed the doctor based on his past negative characteristics. If you notice throughout each doctor, each time he regenerates, he's kind of the opposite of what those bad qualities were. Like the first doctor regenerated into Troughton. The first doctor was kind of this surly, angry old man, so he regenerated into the goofy uncle type. And then he was a little too off the walls crazy, the second doctor, so he regenerated into this more he went from this kind of
scholarly,
more scholarly, more
serious,
put together, a more put together doctor. And then that doctor was a little too uptight. So he regenerated into Tom Baker's, crazy eye, bohemian rhapsody shit.
And his phrase was, what's the point of being all grown up if you can't act childish sometimes?
Exactly. And it goes through those cycles. Like,
11 into 12 was a big shift because you had big, goofy, flappy 11, and then 12 is much more serious and
much more serious and much more down to earth again,
and a bit more grumpy.
Yeah, I think what they did was they took, because he was so serious and so stern and so like that grandfatherliness of the first doctor, that stringent, he was basically a father figure to Bill. He was that, I am your tutor, I am teaching you this, do this,
and listen to your father.
I just hope that she's just a little silly. Not 11, because 11 is going to be the...
I did love 11, but no, I don't think...
Silly. I think you need a while before you have another 11. 11 was fun. 11 was something new. But
I think that's kind of the reason why
12 was
they
so
regenerated
grumpy.
They regenerated the doctor into a woman, because it went from that patriarch to a more, potentially, she could be a little more kind of that maternal badass Melinda May type, where she has those kind of mama bear qualities, but at the same time she can still run and kick ass. I don't know, I've never seen the actress in anything, so I don't know how she is. Yeah, but that's what I hope she is. I hope they make her into that, something like that.
I have no idea, because the only thing I've seen, like, she was in Broadchurch with Tennant, and so I watched the first couple episodes of that, and I don't know. It was really inconclusive, because she was basically only one emotion at the time, but not because that's what, she had limited range, but just because that's what that character was feeling for the first 2 episodes. So there's a little bit of range, but there wasn't, there's a little bit of range at the beginning, but after a while it just kind of turns into just in the same emotional state for 2 episodes, which is the point of those episodes. And she did come off just a touch stiff in one little bit of it, but I also chalk that up to Chibnall, who showrunner for Broadchurch and now showrunner for Doctor Who. From what I've read, he likes to do first takes. Just take the first take he gets. The first take they get right, do that. And so, because he feels like it's the freshest, it may be just for Broadchurch because of the kind of show it was. He may not do that with Doctor Who, but it's the freshest take. It's the most honest take, and so you're not in your own head on it as much, and so that may have contributed to some of the kind of weird, imperfect acting. It's like, yes, because this is fresh take. She got one take to do this, and it's like, yes, that's that's a little bit, and I'm just like, whatever. I don't really, not gonna judge her by anything she did in Broadchurch that was slightly off, because it's like, it's probably her first take. Chibnall's just like, yes, that. Whatever. I just
hoping the new Doctor turns out good and doesn't churn anything like too PC.
Like what?
I just hope the Doctor turns out good and it doesn't turn out to be like too PC.
You're really soft.
I have no idea what UTC is. Okay.
Politically correct.
Oh, PC. All we heard was fur.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Kind of using my phone for Skype because every time I try to log in my laptop, it just logs itself out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's happened to me before.
Yeah. I will be disappointed if they use the whole woman thing as a crutch too much. There's some storytelling opportunities, but don't use it as a crutch. If you start using it as a crutch, that's gonna be awkward and it's not gonna be fun. And
it's just gonna be a waste of a great potential.
Yeah, she needs to be. The one thing I'm hoping is the Doctor to be fun again. Capaldi's got his own kind of brand of Doctor fun, but I'm, more of the, I'm a little cocky, I'm a little sassy, I'm gonna,
You're a Tennant.
What?
You're a Tennantite.
Yeah, I like Tennant and 11. I like 10 and 11. Eccleston wasn't bad either. He had the same kind of fun about him.
I did not like Eccleston at all. I love Matt Smith and I love Capaldi, and it will be sad to see him go.
Me too.
Right, but I think he was just overexposed. You know what I mean?
Wait, I have to ask.
Tennant. It's not that I don't like Tennant's Doctor. I don't like the fanon behind the Tennant's Doctor. How he's so overexposed with everything. Like, everybody's all like, he's the same. It's the same reason I don't like Rose. Rose is an okay character. She had a great start, but then when they switched to Tennant, it became too much of a Mary Sue love triangle type thing, where it's like, the Doctor loves me type thing. And I'm like, oh my God, shut up. Especially Doomsday. And then after that, how the Doctor was always pining for her. And I'm like, that's not what the Doctor does.
So here's 2 questions. One, is the new Doctor going to be a ginger?
No.
She's blonde.
Yeah, she went with blonde.
Damn it.
It's...
And 2, since the new Doctor's gonna be a girl, does that mean the companion's gonna be a guy?
Probably.
I really, really, really hope they bring Nardole back. And maybe Bill.
Yeah, we'll see
That
what
would be kind of that would be kind of funny.
Moffat basically just said. Okay, I'm gonna put these two out there on this rock over here. If you want to go pick them up, Chibnall, go pick them up. If you don't, meh.
Exactly. But no, what I would really love is for Bill to meet the new Doctor and be like, really? I didn't want you in your last form, so you became a woman for me, huh?
Yeah, that's the kind of joke that's good. It takes advantage of character tropes that are already established, and having a short little burst of funny with it, and then moving on.
Exactly.
If they just sit there and hammer on it, she's a woman, she's a woman, she's a woman. It's like, again, there are storytelling opportunities, and then there are just hammering you over the head with, look what we did, we got a woman, look what we did, we got a woman. It's like, just make good stories that have a woman in it. You don't have to hammer. Yes, I know she is a woman. It's fairly obvious.
That was my biggest complaint. Besides, what was that one lady's name in Ghostbusters?
I don't know. I haven't watched that.
But no, I mean the actress, because the black lady and the big lady, they destroyed it. The other two were great, and the story was okay, but the story was good. But the problem they did was they overexposed the female part. Like, you're women, you can't be Ghostbusters, that sort of thing. Or what do you know? And
no, I thought the Ghostbusters would have been better if it was actually its own thing and not a reboot.
Yeah.
Well, if they were secure in their kind of authority and their ability to do that, they wouldn't. You wouldn't need to. You wouldn't need them to actually have to. You wouldn't even have that person saying, "Oh, you're a woman. You can't be a Ghostbuster." Who says that?
I know.
Who would say that? You got a ghost, and 4 people come up and say, "We can get rid of that ghost." Okay, I don't care what's in your pants. Just go get rid of them.
Exactly. I mean, Kylie Griffin is one of my favorite Ghostbusters. She's from Extreme Ghostbusters and the comics.
Oh yeah, Kylie. That took me a second to remember her.
She was voiced by Tara Strong, although back then she was Tara Sharnoff because it was before she was married. But still.
But yeah. I don't care what's in your pants. Just go do something cool.
She was a badass character, well written. I was really disappointed she wasn't in this movie. Because, she was kind of the one in charge of their group. Because smart, sarcastic, and kind of a badass. If you had characters like that, instead of trying to over comedify it, like the first Ghostbusters movie worked because, yes, it was a comedy, but at the same time, they weren't going out of their way to make it a comedy. They weren't throwing in fart jokes. They weren't throwing in,
Yeah.
It was situational humor, not just, oh, here's a fart gag. It was.
Yeah, they were.
No. Admittedly, they had some crude jokes in there, and they might even. Did they have a fart joke in there?
Probably
not in the first one. I think they did with the second one with the goop because But they did it. They incorporated the humor into the story as opposed to just throwing humor at it and hoping something stuck.
Yeah, instead of trying to write the story around the humor. It's like, oh, we have this little joke, let's just write the story around it. To where we can get to this joke and that joke and that joke.
What they should have done, it should have been like, oh, hey, let's have have it. So the old Ghostbusters retired or something, like they got too old of age, and like, oh, here's the new Ghostbusters.
Extreme Ghostbusters. That's what they did with Extreme Ghostbusters. And if they made like, actually, they did this in the comic where they had an all-female Ghostbuster team, and it worked because what happened was the Ghostbusters were trapped in another dimension, and so they had to have new Ghostbusters. And so they had Kylie, Janine, and a couple of other women who were associated with the Ghostbusters. And, it started out as a publicity thing where they had them in like these short shorts and stuff and short versions of the uniform. And they come back all scraped up, and it's like, okay, there was one guy in the team, and they're like, okay, next time you're wearing the short shorts and we're wearing the real uniform, all right?
Well, anyway, we should get to pun now.
Yeah, well, what I might do with this, since we had this nice little... It's actually a lengthy enough chat, I might just take this, rip the audio, throw a, 13th Doctor discussion spoilers on it, and then just plop that out.
Our thoughts on the Doctor and Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Well, just gender bending in media.
Yeah. Which in some cases can go very well if you do it right.
Exactly. And I really, really, really hope they do this new Doctor right, because
they do.
There is so much potential for her. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to, as long as it's not just some little, in order to appease the masses, then I'm totally for it.
Yeah. And the 14th should be... What I want to see is Richard Ayoade and Noel Fielding in there.
I have no idea who that is.
Well, okay. They're well, it's more for just... It's more of a joke, but... You ever seen the bits of the IT crowd?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the guy with the big poofy hair... Like
you could have just said Moss, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know whether you knew the name or not.
I know the IT crowd. I don't know the actors in it.
Okay, yeah, that guy, that's Richard Ayoade.
Oh, okay.
I'm probably butchering his name, but I think he would make a fun, deadpan, just sort of doctor, but that we may have to wait a while for that sort of thing to be.
Yeah, I can see the potential, but I think he'd make a better companion, honestly.
Oh, and I gotta say, they bloody hell not do the dumb blonde joke.
Yeah.
That's really lazy.
Although I would like to see, because you remember when Smith regenerated, he's like, "Oh my God, I'm a girl," because he had long hair.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm a hippie again.
No, wait, no voice. Yes, voice girl. Okay,
wait,
yeah,
no.
It's different.
Okay, good. I'm a girl.
Okay, everything in the right place. Oh, that's not. That's different.
No, they should be like, damn, I have a chest.
No, I don't think they do that because it's still a family show.
Yeah. And somewhere down the line, need a freaking ginger. When a good actor for the role comes up, and it is right fit for the new Doctor, get a freaking ginger. When it lines up, don't get them just to get them, but if you have a choice, and these are equally good choices.
Oh my God, I forget the actor. I forget the actor's name, but what if it was like the guy who played Ron Weasley?
Grant or something. I don't see him. I don't see it. I haven't seen anything he's been in since Harry Potter, but I don't think he would work.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything he's been in since, but just as Ron Weasley, no.
No, I don't think he can carry it.